The Total Solar Eclipse of 2017, the first coast-to-coast total eclipse in the United States since early last century. A bunch of us from the Amateur Astronomer Association of Princeton went to different locations in the country for the event. Our group went to Monmouth, Oregon, in the Portland area. It's very interesting how we picked the venue for the event.
About 4 years ago, I learned that there was going to be a total eclipse of the sun passing through Oregon, where my younger brother Robin lives. I said, oh, this is wonderful, because I have a good friend who lives north of here. So he got in touch with his friend Larry Paulus, a few miles south of Monmouth, Oregon, who has a farm right on the path, right on the midline of the path of the eclipse.
I built the main part of the barn in 1998, added the office area in 1999, and been using it for dog training ever since.
A lot of preparation went into making the event a success. Special thanks to Larry Kane, our assistant director, who had the foresight to book hotel rooms months ahead of time so that we were able to escape the high prices and lack of availability of space closer to the event. Members and guests who attended from the Princeton area were John and Phyllis Church, Dave and Jen Skitt, Surabhi and Sanjay Agarwal, Ira and Michael Polans, Garrett and Sonia Dispersin, and of course myself, Arshad Jilani. Other guests were there too, such as Surabhi's relatives and friends who work at Intel. We're familiar with Intel Inside, but for most of us, this was the first time to meet someone who was inside Intel.
And we are in Salem, thanks to you.
Some of us made our own filters and hardware for the event, but one intriguing piece was Dave's solar array.
It all started with taking a pair of eclipse glasses, cutting them in half, and taping them to a cereal box and using painter's tape, and then mounting that on the front of my binoculars. I also made this second one here so that the filter can be removed quickly.
The day before the event, on August 20th, I went to the observation site and encountered Larry's son-in-law from Chile, who was preparing an asado, lamb on a spit, a Chilean specialty which some of us tasted the next day. The eclipse was about a 2.5-hour event with totality from about 10:17 to about 10:19, giving us about 2 minutes to watch the darkened sun.
Shadow will come from the west. That barn will get dark shortly before we do. If we're lucky, we may be able to even see it sweeping over the ground. I don't know. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
1 hour, 33 minutes, 16.8 seconds. Duration of the eclipse on U.S. soil today from Oregon to South Carolina.
It's looking slightly better.
Here's our barn right here. There's our barn right there. Here's the edge of the moon's shadow coming. Totality at 10:16:58.4. Right now it's 8:49:07. And the totality will last 2 minutes and 1.7 seconds.
And what is this? We go to the next.
You saw sunspots and
Ja, ik niet uit. Oh.
We got the diamond ring, an elusive momentary burst of light that appears as totality ends.
Best show ever.
Awesome show.
I mean, I put on a sweater when it was really more than 90% covered, and then you could tell it was much colder. If you look at the sun with the glasses, even without being covered, you no longer felt the heat on your face. Right. But now you start to feel it again.
Eclipses. How does this eclipse compare to others I can see?
They are all great. It's hard to compare one with the other. They're all spectacular. Now the one in Canada, we had some high thin clouds. I didn't get the full effect, but I still got quite a bit. I mean, this is the very clear sky. It was super, and you could get the surrounding landscape. And so that was, and having this huge crowd there was wonderful.
I use a
Last bit left.
Last bit left.
Yes, almost to the last bit. Yeah. Look.
Last bit.
After the event, Larry was kind enough to host a marvelous barbecue, and we thanked him for it.
Thank you, poster from the attendees.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John has something for you as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks all, team. Just want everybody to have fun. We had great weather.
You were in the weather. We love it. Do it again. Okay.
All right.
When it was all over, my 1.5 hour drive back to the airport took 5.5 hours.